Hello, my dear students, and welcome in another video lecture of our vertebrate structure and function paper. In our previous lectures, we discussed about four ancestral theory, like echinodermal ancestral theory, echinodermal. Later, we discussed about hemichordate ancestry theory. Then we just talked about eurochordate ancestry theory, and in our last lecture, we discussed about cephalochordate ancestry theory. Now, in today's lecture, I'm going to explain you about Barrington's and hypothesis. So, uh, the Barrington or hypothesis is proposed by E.J.W. Barrington, the name of scientist, in 1965. So, on the name of that scientist, this hypothesis is named. This is actually based on Deuterostome ancestry. So he suggested that ancestry from Deuterostomes. So this theory can also be termed as Deuterostome ancestry. As this theory was proposed by Barrington, so it is also called as Barrington's hypothesis. So this theory just tells us about the Deuterostome line of chordate evolution, that how chordates got evolved from Deuterostomes. So we know that in invertebrate phylae or in higher invertebrates were Deuterostome, and the common echinoderm to chordate ancestry was probably proposed in this Barrington hypothesis. So, according to Barrington, echinoderms are small, sessile or semi-sessile arm feeding creatures, and they fed by ciliary method. So, according to him, he just explained the evolution on the basis of feeding mechanism, and on the basis of that only he suggested the ancestry of vertebrate from deuterostomes. Now, I just uh, stepped out these particular his conclusions, or I would not say it as a conclusion. I say just I tried to simplify it by stepping out his uh, certain concepts what he assumed. So firstly, according to him, the early echinoderms, so whatever early echinoderms were there, so they used to feed by the ciliary method, or they used to trap animals by the help of their cilia, and then they used to consume that. And from that he suggested, or he assumed, that from those ciliary echinoderms or early echinoderms, certain stalked echinoderms were evolved. Wait a minute. Stalked, and echinoderms which were named as progo sorry not progo pogo pogonophores. So according to him, these pogonophores got evolved, which used to um, use their tentacles to capture or to trap their prey. So according to him, पहले जो अर्ली काइनोडर्म्स थे वो यूज़ कर रहे थे अपनी सीलिया for trapping method, and later on that converted into the tentacles. And In third step, he said that from those stalked echinoderms, certain filter feeders got evolved or filter feeders came in existence. So according to him, that those tentacles were replaced by an internal filtering apparatus in which food is entrapped inside the pharynx and develops internal gill slits and mucus secreting endostyles. So, according to Barrington, that those tentacles were also got replaced, जिनकी जगह ली फिल्टर फीडिंग apparatus ने एक फिल्टरिंग apparatus ने जो present था in pharynx and because of the gill slits internal gill slits वो filtering हो रहा था food material. And finally he said that from those filter feeding एनिमल्स जिसमें हमारे सर्टेन प्रोटोकॉडेट्स भी आते हैं हेमिकॉडेट्स जो है सो फ्रॉम दोज दे गॉट डेवलप्ड अ pharyngotremy. So just remember these certain terms I'm using. Pharyngotremy. So what is mean by pharyngotremy now? Pharyngotremy is actually a pharynx with internal food trapping mechanism, or we can say that a pharynx without filter. It has the food trapping method inside itself only. So this is how he said that from early echinoderm to certain a bit evolved echinoderm or stalked echinoderms came in existence, and from those certain higher echinoderms came in existence, and from those higher echinoderms protochordates were evolved, and from these protochordates we know that we are learned in our earlier, or we just discussed in our earlier lectures, that from those protochordates vertebrates got evolved. So this is how the Barrington suggested a hypothesis. So this Barrington. This is E.G.W. Barrington. So this is Sir Barrington, and he suggested the Deuterostome ancestry. So here we can you can easily understand. So from here the Barrington hypothesis or Deuterostome ancestry starts. So he just focused on gill slits, and later on, according to him, certain echinoderms. Here you can see these echinoderms and hemichordates. These got evolved, and then finally the chordates came in existence. So according to Sir Barrington, uh, the common ancestors for our echinoderms or protochordates or vertebrates are deuterostomes, earlier deuterostomes. So here our total theories of origin of vertebrates ends up. Hopefully you understand it. Have a nice day.